first up. You ready?
Yes.
All right. First up, Bourgeois. Bourgeois is let me get. Well, I'm actually not even on the right page. Sorry about that. Bourgeois can be found on itch.io. Let me go ahead and post that link in the chat. Let me give you a little excerpt from their page. A
And
small
I'm
story.
gonna play some. And this is
footage.
this now is this bourgeois or serious till the end?
Bourgeois.
They sent us serious till the end trailer.
It's well, Bourgeois is what I got.
Well, I know, but that's also what the codes are for.
Yeah.
I'll play the footage anyway.
All right. Bourgeois. A small story in Japan where one girl is stolen and living with the kidnapper. Ryu plans to use his daughter and the stolen girl to summon the Oni that grants wishes. That night happens when Haru stormed into Ryu's house with an army, trying to read it. We're gonna do this on the press panel. I'm telling you about checking this stuff out, checking your writing. It was too late, and the Oni was summoned, but he was mad. He placed their trial to the girls and their fathers to the end of the fight that has been going on for years. Anyway, so it seems like a pretty like a JRPG of sorts.
Yeah. Sort of.
Also, this. Oh, I forgot. Bourgeois has a ton of. This is the one that has a whole lot of codes.
Like 100 of them.
Basically, if you want a code, just tell me, and I will whisper you a code. There's way more codes. Like every single one of you can have a code.
Now.
How about I could just whisper it to everyone here.
Yeah.
Everyone can have a code. Code. You get a code. You get a code.
Yeah. Just start working on that. It seems as though that the footage that I have and the game that you were talking about are completely not the same.
So that kind of hurts.
It's a little confusing. So
maybe he is in the chat.
Yeah. So Big Attack. Let us know what's up with that, and is there anything that we should mention?
Yeah. Since you're here, how about you help us out because we're getting a little lost here.
We've been very busy.
In the meantime, I'm going to be...
Yes, we are going to be giving away a bunch of codes. Oh, trust me. All those codes is the same game. Oh, is the game I wanted to show. Okay. Then maybe I screwed up.
No, I'm pretty sure that's what was sent to us.
I'm going to go onto the same channel and see if
because there's another game called Sears to then by him.
Oh, then maybe the links were screwed up.
Is this more of a Bourgeois? Is this? Thank you for the gameplay footage there. Rev sent it.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, we got the wrong gameplay footage.
Yes. I wonder if this will work. Nope, I cannot seem to get that to show. Only because we already had everything set up. So yeah, this is more of like a visual novel, right? More of a visual novel with like choices and stuff in there built in there. Awesome. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I kind of love these. I love games like that. I don't know why.
Oh, the visual novel.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so this, you're right. This is more of a visual novel.
I love visual novels.
Very Japanese art stuff.
Yeah, very Japanese, really cool art. Like a lot of the times, like these visual novels, and I'm sorry I can't, show this on the stream without it looking really weird. But it's a lot of the visual novels are always like super duper anime and like super duper like ridiculous and crazy, and this one's like a lot more subtle and a lot more like real feeling. I found with the art and the character design, and I really like that.
It's not there's not a whole lot we can say, and I'm sorry, Big Tap, because we kind of without the gameplay footage and without a whole lot of description. One other thing actually about Bourgeois, it was made for the WAG challenge and Japanizam. Is that a thing? I don't. I'm not sure what that is, but it's not the complete story. He says but they're probably going to finish it after the WAG challenge. I guess
Cool.
that challenge is where you can try and build a good story within a month. So
That's
actually,
that's really
that
hard.
makes sense with the visual novel,
Yeah, it does. And I think that, um, like
and there's a lot of Japanese history in it.
yeah,
So there you go.
that
Um,
yeah, it looks cool. I was a little bit confused at first because the links
because the
weren't lining
gameplay
up.
footage.
But
Yep.
now that there's information, uh, definitely like
Yeah.
and
Again,
especially if there's a lot of really cool culture in there, you're definitely getting something out of it more than just like, hey, read this cool story. It's like, no, read this cool story that's sort of like a snapshot of another culture, unless you're from Japan, in which case snapshot of your culture.
but that's again, if you would like a key, and the key is actually, with all the confusion, the key is actually for another one of Big Attack's games called what was the series?
Serious to the end.
Series to the End. Thank you. So if you would like a key for one of the other games, Series to the End, whisper me in the chat, and I will get that to you.
Yes. Moving on to speedrunners.
Speedrunners. Oh man, Tiny Build
Yep.
is the publisher of this
Oh, I
game.
know. I
And
remember this game.
they sent this to me. It's gotten a lot of press on YouTube.
Yeah.
There's actually a lot of free DLC they're also giving out.
Okay. Awesome.
The whole point of Speedrunners is it's a multiplayer racing game where you can you run really fast, you grapple, you can screw people by grappling, hooking them from the back, you can shoot things at them, you can do whatever you can to win. As people die, as the race goes on, the screen starts to close in more and more, so it makes it harder and harder. So there's less like because in the beginning, if you're way behind, you're okay, you can still try and catch up. But as the screen closes in on you, if you start falling behind, you're gonna die and be out of the race. So.
Yeah. And there's a lot of cool, I guess, parkour elements, like with the grappling and the climbing and everything.
Right.
And there's a lot of strategy too, because trapping an opponent behind a wall, by just maneuvering a certain way and forcing the camera in the right direction is a really effective tactic. There, even though this might just seem like, oh yeah, race game, there's a lot more technique to this game than meets the eye.
Tiny Build's one of those publishers that has another publisher that has a really good eye for games.
Yeah, definitely.
And if you don't know, they have a big history with Newgrounds through No Time to Explain.
And they
I don't
also
remember.
have this game also has a very sort of Newgrounds style of art that might not make sense until you see it, and as soon as you see it, you'll be like, oh, I get it.
Newgrounds style
get
of art. So yeah, it has a big history with Newgrounds, and actually, they started off. Tiny Build started off with No Time to Explain, which was a flash game on Newgrounds. That ended up being like what kicked them off into like big publisher-ness ship. That's not a word, but you know what I mean. Um, and we actually know one of the voice actors. You remember Jurox?
Yes.
Jurox is the voice actor for No Time to Explain, so that was pretty cool. But they've since gone into Speedrunners, which has gotten a lot of publicity. They publish a lot of other games. They were planning on exhibiting another game called Divide by Sheep, which is a mobile and Steam game.
All right. I feel
pretty
like
fun
I've heard
game.
of that one too.
Yeah, it's they just released it.
Okay.
So, but Speedrunners is really cool. They actually, if you're a fan of YouTubers, they have like a character pack where you can play as, I think it's Jesse Cox, Markiplier, PewDiePie, and someone else. I forget who it is. Actually, yeah. By the way, if you didn't notice, there is a contest for the codes. I have 4 codes for Speedrunners. All you got to do is hit yes, and you could possibly get it.
Which is great because this is a 4-player game.
Yes.
Up to 4 players, if I'm not mistaken.
In the meantime, I'm going to give some codes of the last game.
All right, and then we can move on to our into our next game in this showcase, which it is Vidar, and the video doesn't seem to want to load, so I'll talk about it until it decides to do that. So Vidar is a game that is currently in development by Dean Rizavi. I remember Dean's last name this time. We met him at MagFest. We saw him at Too Many Games. He has a panel on Sunday, and Vidar is an RPG puzzler where everybody dies, and I'm really disappointed that this gameplay footage doesn't want to load. There we go.
It's your gameplay footage.
It is my gameplay footage. That's why I really want it to load. There we go. So this is some footage of the demo that they had on the Kickstarter. This is all built in RPG Maker, but when you look at it and you play it, you will have absolutely no idea that it's RPG Maker. It is a mixture of so you have the RPG elements where you're talking to people in the town and you're trying to figure out what's going on and you're trying to save them. And then you also have the puzzles, which are randomly generated puzzles that, challenge your mind, and you have to work with a lot of different mechanics. Let's turn the...
Real quick, the winners of the Speedrunners codes, Rev, because he actually doesn't have one. Rev, do you want me to give it to someone else since you're actually a host? Because in the real world, that would be illegal.
Yeah. Right. I just fast forward a little bit into the footage.
Hold on, I'm not done yet.
Oh, you aren't? Oh, I'm sorry.
Forgotten Dawn wins. Tim Donnelly, Wertherer is how I'm pronouncing that, and Dean's the bandit today.
Yeah. Sometimes it's T3, sometimes it's Dean,
And then I'll give these out, and then I'll actually give out. Then there's one code for Vidar to give away.
Yes.
Once I'm done with this, go ahead.
And so one of the things that really stuck out to me about Vidar was this game. Every single time you play it, it's completely different. And I say that because the characters are the same, and they all have, similar dialogues, and they all have the similar relationships to each other, whether you play the game once, you play the game 10 times. The difference is that every single night, somebody in Vidar dies, and you don't know who that's going to be. It's always random. And so the first time you play, you're like, all right, this person, or in this case, this demo, it starts you out on the third or fourth day. And he just started out like, oh yeah, this person are dead. And I'm like, oh, all right. And then, I started talking around the town, and I started hearing, about, how these people who died had relationships with other people in the town, and some were friends, and some were like, oh, what happens. One of us is going to be next anyway. This is all inevitable. And then I, due to a glitch in a puzzle, I restarted it. Started over again. Different people died. I was like, all right, whatever. And I saw this one person like, oh, I haven't talked to you yet. And I talked to this person, and she's talking about how one of the characters who I was just talking to in the last playthrough, talking about her who was dead. And I got to see the whole different, a whole nother side of the relationship that those two characters had together. And for some reason, for me, that just really affected me, and it really brought me into the game, and it made me feel genuinely sad because these characters have personality outside of this world, which is currently the game, and it's really well done. I think that everybody should go check that out.
What's cool about Vidar is, it's made in RPG Maker,
but it is not stock RPG Maker.
He basically gutted RPG Maker and did it himself anyway.
It's basically just RPG Maker to run the tile sets at this point.
Right. But past that, it's really cool because, it's standard game as far as a puzzle. There's a lot of puzzles in there. Like the demo that we've played a lot is the ice puzzle.
There are also
if anyone
light
has seen
puzzles
it. Yeah, light puzzles and stuff like that. But the whole aspect that you were talking about with the characters
I'm going to turn this off so we don't spoil anything.
The characters, that's what takes the game to another level.
Yeah.
You get attached to people through your playthrough.
You do.
And if they die, it's like, no, you know what I mean?
And the worst part too is that you get attached to them because they feel so real. And
fantastic writing.
And they're so connected to like this town feels like a real town. And I remember when, and I'll try to speed this up. I remember when we were talking to Dean for the first time at MagFest, when we first met him, when we first played Vidar. He wanted to have the game start like a town, and then slowly but surely completely disappear, and everyone that you've been talking to is dead. And it accomplishes that. This is not a feel good game, but it is very accessible, very fun, very good writing. I really like it. So good
Fantastic
job,
job.
Dean. Moving
Or
on,
Dean.
yeah, Dean.
And let me, I'll go ahead and pick winners now.
All right, pick
Go ahead and
winners
move on.
for what code?
Vidar.
Vidar.
Omar Kosh, you win.
Dean, you might want to listen to Jay Tholen's talk. What is that, tomorrow? I think.
Sunday. I had to move his. It was supposed to be today.
You should probably listen to that because that's all about making happy games. Maybe you should
Yeah, come on.
yeah, learn
Downer.
about that.
Yeah.
So the next game we are talking about is that rock paper scissors game, and I am I like this game, I think, more because not more, but I like this game a lot because we met this dev at
Dude, this game is super fun.
It is super fun. We met this dev at Too Many Games recently, and they're from my town that I live in. They're like 10 minutes away from me, and that was really cool. So that rock, paper, scissors game, one person plays as the rock, one person plays as paper, and one person plays as scissors.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson, actually. That's what...
Yeah. So the goal of the game is to both try to kill the person that you know you can kill, but completely avoid the person that you know will kill you. So it's a constant battle between waiting for your your target to kill the other person, because once you kill that one target, you're dead meat. And there's so much strategy, and it's really fun, and it's really simple.
I want to point out that when I played it at Too Many Games, I beat the dev and the musician. That's bragging rights if you beat the dev at their own game. I'm just saying that right now.
It is also rock, paper, scissors, so there's a little bit.
I played as scissors.
Okay.
So suck it, rock and paper.
So scissors OP. All right.
I will beat anybody in a tournament for that rock paper scissors game. And yeah, you're right. Tony the dev, he is actually a super enthusiastic. Yeah. We always talk about some devs, how they're like the spirit of the indie game community. He's another one. He's the like if there were you know how Japanese have like, or is it Japanese? I forget who has like the multiple gods of like different personalities or whatever.
I don't know.
Maybe I don't know what I'm thinking of. But anyway, he that guy is like the face of just enthusiasm in general.
Yeah,
like he's everything indie games.
And the first time we met him, he was like, "Hey guys, you want to play this new game on rock paper scissors?" And we were just walking around the floor, and we're just like, "Yes, probably tomorrow
Later.
We'll get to you. Here's our card." And we hand him his card, and he's like, "I've seen this logo before. Oh, I know you guys. I just followed you on Twitter." So he's active in the community.
He's apparently very dreamy. And has an infectious smile. He does have an infectious smile.
He really does.
That's funny. But yeah, that guy is fantastic. Go talk to him at Philosophy on Twitter.
Yep.
If you want to talk, because that guy will. He's another dev that will get you pumped up to be successful.
Yeah, definitely.
And he will support you along the way.
So.
Anything else about Philosophy? Oh, there's multiple game modes and power-ups. Did you mention that?
I did not, but there are multiple game modes and power-ups. I know there's like a mine or something and a bunch of other cool stuff. So, Josh, why don't you take it away for Dr. Space Zoo?
Dr. Space Zoo, or How I Learned to Stop Shooting and Save the Animals. It's probably if there was an award for favorite title, I think that would be it. Just so you know, it's also been greenlit, but is currently for sale. $4.99 on itch.io. So let me go ahead and link that in the chat here.
All right, and as you can see, it's a very fun sort of bullet hell, pixelated, fast paced, awesome.
And yes, we did meet at MagFest. I remember. Don't worry.
Who?
It's Dr. Space Zoo.
Oh.
Do you remember?
No.
No. He doesn't remember shit, so...
I know. It's not... But maybe I do remember this game.
Yeah, we Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember this game. I remember. I thought it looked familiar.
Anyway,
And I'm not just saying that.
Doctor Space Zoo is a time attack shoot 'em up jam packed full of grease and gibs and
Jibs.
jibs.
You jib
Where
people.
you rescue. I don't know what is a jib. Where
Giblets.
oh okay,
Yeah,
I got
you
it.
jib people. You just turn them into turn them into pieces.
I gotcha. Where you rescue exotic space animals from space zoos before a corrupted AI activates your ship's self-destruct. So, this is actually the official game of PETA. That's not true. Don't take my word for it. Um, but if you like shoot 'em ups, this is definitely a game for you because uh, this is one of those games. We were talking about noisy, like loud games as far as like the sites go.
Yeah.
This game's just lights everywhere.
Yeah, lights everywhere, bullets everywhere, crazy, fast paced, fun.
One thing that's really cool about it too is that you can actually it's kind of strategic too. It's not just like a standard shoot 'em up or bullet
Yeah.
hell or anything like that. It's strategic because you're moving around the map and you're using walls as cover, but at the same time you're shooting through walls and you're letting animals escape and you're trying to rescue everything, but at the same time destroy the things that are shooting at you.
Yeah, and you don't want to blow up any animals.
This is another one of those games that are going to make your head explode.
Yeah.
There's even a story to it. Apparently, it takes place in 2143, where space zoos are automated and run by centralized AI, and they created Dr. Space Zoo, which I'm assuming is a sentient AI. I think he's smashed right in the chat. So if I'm wrong, he's the guy to talk to and correct me. Recently, okay, so yeah. Dr. Space Zoo was trying to create an exotic, like a comfortable place for all the exotic animals, but then got corrupted, and they were trying to destroy any of the visitors that tried to look at all the space animals, which sucks. There is a giveaway for this,
Awesome.
so let me go ahead and get that started. Would you like to win? If you want to, you can either continue on this or move on.
All right, we can move on. This next game, I'm very excited because we actually have some gameplay here for you, and it's a little bit unconventional, let's say. So this is Icebound, or Icebound Documentation, or Icebound, and this is a augmented reality game for mobile devices.
This is another one with the this is really good original mechanic using the augmented reality.
We actually interviewed the dev a while back. I can't remember exactly which episode, but it involves your tablet or phone and a physical book that has all of these writings and all of these things saved in it from an author who died, and it's far in the future, and there's an AI that has basically been created so that the book that this author didn't finish can be finished by you. So you have to use context clues in the book and prove to the AI that these are things that the writer would have used by using references to his to his home life and what was going on at the time, all the while learning about the author and everything, as well as sort of putting your own input and your perspective into this, because depending on how you play and depending on what you look like or how you look at it, changes the outcomes and the way that the AI reacts and responds to your inputs. So you can end up with a very different sort of outcome just by reading something different, putting it into a different perspective. And it's all augmented reality. So you're holding the book, and you can look at the book and see things pop out and different details that that you can't see on the pages itself, but you can see through the camera of your mobile device. And it's super exciting. They I can't remember why. Did they get a grant to develop this? It was
it might have been them. I actually don't remember that.
No, it was them. I'm just trying to remember where they got it from. I can't remember exactly, but they were basically tasked with developing this technology, and it works really well. It's really
I
cool.
think don't they do like a some side commission work with that technology too for like educational purposes or something?
I don't know.
I might be getting them confused with someone
I
else.
think
But
you
I'm
might
not
be.
sure.
I think you might be getting that confused.
Yeah.
So the app is free, but you can't do a whole lot until you actually get the physical book, which I believe is a certain number of dollars. I think 10 or something. Do we have that information?
What of how much the book costs? It might be
Yes.
on the Kickstarter that they had.
Oh, right.
If you can find it, if you Google it, it'll probably pop up. While you're doing that, winner of the Dr. Space Zoo giveaway, Itch.io code is Danny Pent. Congratulations, Danny, one of our mods.
Let's see.
Good job, brother.
They do not have. So you can pre-order. So you can pre-order it now. For it is $23. It's $23, or for $35 you get a signed copy.
Woo!
You can also get art prints for 15. And I don't know. That's a pretty good deal.
Art prints, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. They did win a lot of rewards.
They
I
did.
don't know if you mentioned that. They were a finalist at Independent Games Festival for excellence in narrative. They won at Indiecade 2014 for story and world design. They were finalists at SXSW Interactive
South
for
by
Game
Southwest.
Voice. I don't know what the hell. Official selection Futures of the Book. It was a book lab exhibit, so this is kind of a crossover media for the book. ICIDS, Original Storytelling in 2013, Electronic Literature Organization in 2014, official selection, and shortlisted for ISEA. That's the International Symposium on Electronic Art.
Oh yeah, okay. That award also sounds.
It is coming out for iPad 2 and more, like iPad 2 Plus. So because they come out with a new one every 6 months.
Yeah.
PCs, so you can play it on your computers, not only for smartphones, augmented reality. If you have a webcam,
yep,
you can use it, which is actually really cool.
Get an Android developer, guys. Come on.
yeah. Please do Android.
Yeah. So moving on, we have Sirius Online. Oh, wait, are we done with the giveaway?
Hey mods.
What's going on?
The giveaway.
Yeah. I'm gonna time out that person.
Did anyone not see that?
Yeah, I saw it. She's timed out. He's timed out. Hey, you fat guys.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, your dog's barking.
I know. I'm sorry. We have a little bit of a louder dog. So moving on. Do we have a contest winner, or did we win our contest, or was that?
Yeah,
done?
Danny Penn.
Oh, did. Okay, cool, awesome. I totally missed that. So let's move on to Sirius Online. So Josh, why don't you talk about this one?
Sirius Online.
Yeah.
Freelancer inspired MMO with a grain of Eve. It's always pretty impressive when you find an indie dev that's willing to
do an MMO,
do a scope of an MMO.
Yeah.
That's a lot of resources, a lot of time, and a lot of things that could go wrong.
That's a lot of continuous capital that you need to maintain.
Sirius Online devs are really cool though. We talked to them a couple of times, and we met them I think at the Indie 3 last year, and they actually are constantly putting work into this. So this is not from what we can see, it's not something that's going to fall to the wayside.
Yeah.
I also have game keys for this.
Cool.
But let me go ahead and give you the thing here. So in this, you can combat your friends, you can harvest minerals, build your empire, wage wars on other planets, or just explore the universe. It's actually a really deep game.
Yeah.
The fact that because as far as MMOs go, I'm not someone who really is like into like, oh, let's just shoot each other, because I get bored of it really quick. The fact that I can kind of like have my own place in the world, to do stuff other than killing people is cool. The only thing I hope is that people don't like sit there and I hope that they're not able, even at some point. I don't know if they are or not. I hope that they're not able to sit there and
Grief.
kind of camp. Yeah,
Yeah.
camp wherever they killed you at, or maybe like come by wherever you're kind of settled down at, and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, you never get tired of killing people. Good to know. I'm not telling you where I live.
Yeah.
So let's see. Oh, that was some dev blog stuff. Get back onto Sirius Online. By the way, is
Vector Studios.
Vector Studios. Thank you. Trying to get here because their cart's broken, and I'm trying to figure out like how much they're planning. It's on Steam. I should just look at Steam.
Yeah. It on Steam. You can get it for $9.99.
Thank you.
Early access.
In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and do the giveaway. Giveaway is soon.
So definitely check it out if you are looking to get into an MMO that is sort of a low entry cost, as well as something that could probably be very fun for some of you. And while Josh gets that set up, I can do some other stuff here.
By the way, yeah, if you get on, for those of you who win or want to purchase Sirius Online, maybe we can all play together. These multiplayer games can be awesome because we all have Indie Game Riot or Indie Revolution Expo get-togethers and just blast each other in the face.
Yeah, or make an Indie Game Riot clan. And just go around in like really tiny ships, like ganging up on all the bigger ships. Like,
all right. So moving on. Oh, that's the last one, actually.
Yeah, moving on to the last of the segment. This segment went by a little fast, but it's kind of good because we lost a lot of time. This is a game that we have played in the past, and we were playing earlier today on the stream between a break, and that game is Choke Point.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. I almost forgot about that.
Yeah,
Choke Point.
That's what we're talking about.
No, because I have all the tabs open, but I had to close that because I couldn't make it shut
up. Choke Point is a currently a web-based online multiplayer combat game, really, with a bunch of different game modes, a bunch of different weapons.
What's cool is the combinations between everything that you can do. So there's all kinds of different play styles that you can play.
Yeah.
Also, the music is excellent, made by Evil Dog Productions, who is here right now.
Yeah,
and ask questions.
Yeah,
ask questions.
So if there are any questions for Evil Dog, and this is not the first game that Evil Dog has made. It's just the most recent. It's very fun. Lots of different characters to play as. Lots of different weapons to get. Play styles to play as. Melee combat, gun combat. A bunch of different levels now. He keeps adding stuff. It's crazy how much this game has changed in the last few months.
This is a guy too that takes feedback well and then takes it quickly.
Yeah.
First time we played it, it wasn't very optimized, and again, it's not completed either because there were things that he still wanted to add in. But immediately, he was just like, "Here's some more updates," and now we played it today, and it is above and beyond what we played before, and it was already fun before.
Yeah.
Even with the occasional lag, but what's really cool about this too is that with the music and the whole atmosphere of it, we talk about games making you feel badass.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Especially when you're playing a smaller character and there's this big guy trying to hammer you to death, and you just can't get near you.
I enjoyed using the grenade launcher and blasting people in the face, but sometimes if you miss though, it'll bounce off of something and come back at you sometimes.
It's really I think that it's a really well designed game, especially for something that you can play on the web. And I do believe he is working on a Steam release.
Yeah, he said that he's planning on making it a full, not just a browser game, but into a full game. Thinking about kickstarting it, and of course we'll shout it out if he decides to do that, along with anyone else that's working with him. And go play it now. Oh yeah, I gotta get the link. That's what I was doing. I
Oh,
was trying to
right. Thank you for grabbing that.
get the link. You can play it right here. There you go. On Evil Dog's server. Instead of having to deal with ads on Armor Games.
Yeah.
Although if you want to support Evil Dog, even though it's a free game, if you go to Armor Games, the ads do help Evil Dog.
Does he get
I
a
think they have
kickback
ad share.
from the ads? I
I,
guess that's
I
a
think they have
really.
ad share.
I mean,
I think
like,
Armor Games. I think if they sponsor, they pay a good amount of money for like if they decide to sponsor a game. But
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you get kickback from the ads there.
I'd
Let
hope
me
so.
pick a winner for Serious Online,
All right.
or actually, because I have multiple codes for that.
Cool. Nope. Screw
What?
Armor Games. Play it on that link.
Nope. Yeah, never mind. Fuck Armor Games.
They sponsor games, but no ad share. Ugh.
Okay. Preposterone and Jeremy, you win. Get those codes. Prep.
We've been live for 9 hours
Woo!
and 34 minutes, which is why I just had to like lean back in my chair there, get a little bit comfortable. So this ends the last game exhibition that we were going to be covering today.